Okay, we are live, everybody. My name is Bezad.
My name is Risa.
And welcome to the Wonder Looper weekly live stream, broadcasting live from Yokohama, Japan, the intergalactic headquarters of Wonder Looper. It is Saturday, March 29th here in Japan, Friday evening, March 28th for many of you, and we've got a lot of stuff to talk about today.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Yeah, so we previewed some cool thing on our Instagram. So we're going to talk about that. The 100% baby cashmere Suriyami French terry sample has arrived. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to answer your questions in the chat. We're going to maybe go off into some off-topic discussions. Who knows? That's the beauty of these live streams. Maybe we're going to have a guest. I don't know. Usually when we have a guest, I do know. But I would never tell you. I would never tell you. But that's okay.
Yeah.
But first and foremost, everybody, let us know where you're checking in from all around the world. This is a global community here that we've built here on Wonder Looper. So check in. Let us know what you're wearing. We'll do our fit checks in a second. And yeah, we'll go from there. Mm-hmm. All right. Good to see some familiar faces in the crowd. We've got Solvents. Love the Studio Ghibli looking thumbnail. Well, thank you very much. I had a lot of fun with that software. It's like I discovered a new friend. It was like discovering YouTube for the first time. I really had a lot of fun with that. I see Lynn says, I love this trend and I love that they are hopping on this trend. Any guesses on cashmere price? I'm guessing $500 or so for the hoodie zip. I saw on their Instagram. It looks super nice.
You are very mistaken, I hate to say.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit more takai than that. Takai in Japanese means
expensive.
There we go.
In this context.
Yeah. Cam X says, tuning in from Calgary, Alberta, came to comment on the same thing as Solvents. Love that Ghibli anime style thumbnail. Well, thank you very much. I really enjoyed it. You have no idea. Yesterday I spent half my day just making art. I wasn't, I was, whatever I was. It was having fun with it. It was a great time. Okay. Edison says, this is becoming my favorite Saturday morning show. Always looking forward to it. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for being here. Lynn says, same man, I love fashion and seeing the behind the scenes of how the thought process and decision making of an up and coming brand works is killer. It's so cool. Well, it's great to have you here. Shanks, morning Bezad and Risa, checking in from Sydney, Australia. Recently bought some vintage glass bake milk glass mugs for my morning coffee.
Nice.
Wonderful. I'm glad our influence is going out there and helping you guys find some cool vintage items. Today we've got some special mugs here as well.
This is one of my favorites. This is not a vintage. This is a new
repro.
Made in Japan Fire King. But I like this color and how the Oswald is hopping around.
Yeah, the forgotten Disney character, Mr. Oswald. And I've got Snoopy with Charlie Brown here, looking all comfortable. I like this. And then on the back, Sloop, we just got Snoopy over here relaxing. Mm-hmm. So that's that right there. Anybody else collecting some milk glass mugs in the chat? Let us know. I know Pure Moreau. Good to see you, my friend. It's been a while. Howdy from Guelph, y'all. Good to see you, my friend. Urif, hello from Chicago. In my office watching this while finishing up work. Excited to pick up my gray ELS when I get home. It was delivered today.
Nice.
Wonderful. Just a PSA in case anybody missed out. ELS recycled cotton slub t-shirts. We had a small restock on Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. Okay. I sent out an email. I let people know that we had sizes. All sizes were in stock. In yesterday's newsletter, I mentioned it. I didn't mention it on the Instagram yet. I just wanted sort of the newsletter people to get their first grab at it. So it's there in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
Now you know.
And just to, just to add to that, like we're gonna work on getting the other colors restocked as well. It's just a matter of, because gray has a different production process, so gray yarns were available, so we kind of jumped on it and got some extra units. Whereas the other colors, the like non-heathered colored yarns are not ready, so it might take a while to restock them, but we will at some point.
Yeah. Yes, it is. We are definitely working on trying to get it more than once a year. It may not be as consistent as like a double heavyweight, but the aim is to get them in a little bit sooner than later. So I feel like it's like everyone loves this t-shirt. It is people.
It's very comfortable.
Yeah, it's very comfortable. We had a lot of very positive responses. Another mega positive response we had was from the sizing updates. So from the large, extra large, double XL, this batch that we just released in March, they were a little bit bigger than previous, than all of the previous batches. So we changed the size pitch slightly, and just the flood of people saying that they're thankful and they really like the change. We had people who were like, I wasn't even bothered with the way it fit before, but I like this one even better. And so we've had a bunch of mix of responses in that, and it's just been very, very positive. So I'm glad that that hit like we had intended. Okay. Just a couple more hellos. I just want to let everyone know where everyone's checking in from. Nomad Crow, good morning from Okinawa. Hopefully it's nicer weather-wise out there than it is here. It's very gray and cold right now. Yeah. We've got until something. Hi from North Carolina. Well, hello. And Cameron Smith, hello from DC as always. King's Tie-Dye, hello from Sacramento, California. Eugene, hello from San Jose, California. California's in the house, that's for sure. And Joy Rock says, just got back from India for 15 days. Took the Wonder Looper yellow hoodie. Was great for the plane and overnight train.
Nice.
That's fantastic. Also, I just feel like in India, like a nice yellow, like a just that it would be nice to wear it in a country like that. A lot of bright colors.
It reminds me of that movie, Marigold Hotel or something.
There you go, Marigold, the Marigold hoodie.
Yeah.
The Marigold Hotel, India.
I feel like I'm like too low.
Are you too low?
I don't know.
Your chair, it adjusts.
I know.
Oh, okay. Anywho, Stephen Copenham, B&R Live. B&R, I've been chatting with Jake of Almost Vintage Style. He's interested in trying out Wonder Looper for the first time. Maybe there could be a creator interview in the future as well. Certainly possible. We're open. We're pretty approachable people. So send Jake our way, and we're happy to chat. We're always happy to chat. Lucky on 3 Legs says hello from Houston. Good to see you. Max H. Good evening from Lucerne, Switzerland. Wonderful. Wearing all Wonder Looper tonight. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay. People loving the thumbnail. I'm so glad. $7.99 wore my ELS tee several times this week, and I was wondering if there's a reason why the shade of black is more blue toned compared to the black Ultimate Pima. I don't know if there's any particular reason. No, it probably just came out that way.
Black has a different. Yeah, I mean, the way black is achieved is, depending on the dye, you can see the undertone that is black is ultimately the darkest color, and like darkest color of what I think is what you're saying, and
Yeah, not quite sure, but definitely different black tones have different black. They'll come off a little bit different from one another. No. Mr. Hung Dao says, hello from Toronto, excited for the baby cashmere knit. Thank you very much. And hello from Toronto, the T-Dot, the 416, the GTA, T-Dot. Mad Perfect. I got the 40-ounce jeans. There you go.
Wow.
One of few.
Very few.
Now I need a 40-ounce coffee mug. A big old coffee mug to go with that. That's you're very lucky to have snagged that. I know that those went in basically 1 second. So enjoy those jeans. I don't know. Are you gonna wear? The real question is: are you gonna wear them? Are they gonna be a showpiece? They will. There will. That is one of very few that will ever be made. That's for sure. Very cool jean to have. I don't know. It's a tough one to wear.
Yeah.
You might wear it every now and then, but it's
not a daily driver.
might not be a daily. I don't know. Might not be a daily. Yeah. Garrett manned up and wore it for a couple of months, daily driver style. But
he didn't like wear it like he wore 32 ounce.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Mad Perfect says, yes, I'm wearing, but a showpiece for a month or two. Yeah. It might not be the best jean to wear in the summer either. Yeah. Coco writes, would you consider some non-unisex styles in the future? Love my ELS. What do you mean non-unisex styles? Like man only? Female only?
Well, unisex is actually really men's, and women's style maybe is what they're referring to.
Oh, I see. Okay. I was like, how do you achieve, how am I going to have a purity test here? Sorry.
Unisex is another word for men's, but we go down in size enough that women can, regular size woman can wear also.
Yeah.
It's just one of those weird terms, I feel. But, because, women can always wear men's clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, women's sizing sometimes doesn't accommodate for most men, so.
Yeah, sizing and also style.
Yeah.
Women's style don't always, is always approachable to men. Some of them, of course, but, not in like a grand scheme, like all covering all styles. So I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
I think, this ROM, like this kind of, brands don't tend to perform super well in women's wear for obvious reasons. But I know that, personally I wear them, all the time, obviously. And also, we have a lot of female customers. So, I think maybe down the line when we're bigger enough, maybe we'll have women's cuts in certain things.
Yeah.
But I think, I think...
Or maybe offering more in, double extra small.
Yeah,
that's also a possible.
Was a consideration. It's just, we barely sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a tough one because the extra smalls they sell. They're not our best seller. We make them, but they're not our best seller.
And I think for a lot of women, that is the size, the smallest we can get.
Yeah.
So we'll buy that size kind of thing. So.
Right.
Who knows?
We definitely hear you. We know you're out there. The ones who want maybe a double extra small or maybe some female fits, give us some more time. Yeah.
It's the way you wear it also. You can have fun with that
oversized fit a little bit.
Yeah. I think.
Okay.
Anyways.
We know you're out there. We acknowledge you. And we'll see where it goes. But I know, the difficult part in all of this is always you want to make everybody happy, but you can't make everybody as happy as you want to make them. And you get some. I don't think that this is an odd request, but sometimes you get some odd requests, and you're just like, man, I see your point, but it's just it's a little too outside the realm. And I don't know. At this point, maybe it's not so much of not something we can really sink our teeth into, and we have only so much time, so we really have to focus on sort of the big picture. And when we have a little bit more time, or maybe I don't know when the heck that's ever going to happen, really. But time is, you only have so much time.
Yeah, but we are thinking of, like, for instance, like sometimes in the summertime I wear tank top that is a little bit lower in the neckline than the regular t-shirt underneath it, a shirt or jacket or something like that. And that's something that, like, I can't really live without that option.
Right.
And, we were thinking of, men also could wear, tank tops.
Like, if we make how we termed it, the wife respecter, that could very, like, it's definitely, it'll be like a tank top style shirt. I think maybe there will be a lot of female customers who are interested in that product, and they might be actually more interested in that product than some of the men. Because, like, as men, we would wear it as an undershirt, but ladies can wear shirts like that a little bit more as a top on its own, right? So I found the versatility of a shirt like that is a little bit wider in terms of a lady than a man. So,
but given that, like, most of our customers are men, like, I want to hear about what men think about wife respecters. Yeah.
And if you're not sure what a wife respecter is, we rephrased, what's the wife beater? We don't use that no more. Wife respecter. We respect women here. Okay, so that's why. So we were definitely thinking about that for maybe spring 26. So
we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. Coco says, "Thanks for answering. Much love from LA." Of course. Okay, BD is here. Everyone can calm down now. I made it. The producer has arrived. Everybody hit the like button for BD for arriving in the chat. Okay? Hit the like button. Cameron says, silly question, but when it comes to chain stitching, I often don't get it because I feel like I'm in such a rush to check out. I can't add both to my cart without losing out on the item.
Okay, the key thing, I think, is to just have embroidery is always available. Just have that in your cart already, and then maybe just add the new item that we're releasing at the time of the release, and just check out like that.
Yeah.
Or alternatively, if you place an embroidery order on its own, maybe prior to the thing or after, you can always kind of let us know immediately. Yeah. Immediately after you purchase the thing that you want to you want it embroidered, let us know that, hey, I have another separate order, but I want that embroidery to be placed on this kind of thing. So
and maybe in the order notes, just say I placed an order for embroidery. Put your order number in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
if you've already done it, yeah.
But yeah, you can see, like, 10 minutes before the release or something, you can go on the website and just add the embroidery to your cart, and then when the release comes,
that's the easiest one.
Okay, talking about wife respecters, people are asking, will it be a standard or a 50-cent cut?
What is a 50-cent?
Maybe 50s is
like a big cut?
I'm not actually sure what you mean by that. I can picture 50 Cent in my mind, but it's like, that picture in the office when they're like, which one is Stanley Hudson with or without the mustache? And I'm like, is the tank top on 50 Cent high to the neck, or is it really low? I don't know. Remember.
I can picture like a big.
I just see 50 as like jacked. I just don't know what kind of tank top he's wearing in that one. I'll have to Google it.
Okay.
The Catman says, 50 Cent, those were nice, but he had to be jacked to wear it. I still can't picture it. I can just picture jacked Fitty.
Sporty or soprano?
Okay, guys.
I don't know what this means.
Give us time, my friend. Give us time. OG Tracks, LOL, the G Unit tank tops. Also, if anyone from G Unit is watching right now, let's get the G Unit Wonder Looper collaboration going. Let's bring it back.
All right.
Just, it was, I don't know how, like, I remember back in, like, Naked and Famous days, we were talking about like fantasy collabs, and the other day I was talking to Brandon. He's just like, just spitballing some like, what should we work on next ideas, and I threw out the woo wear idea because I'm like, man, Naked and Famous. We did all these like, film collaborations, and I thought those were great. Anime collaborations, I thought those were great. But sometimes I wanted to get into like musical acts, and I wasn't exactly sure how to like do that in the right way. But like woo wear, I think that would have been really cool, especially like right now with this era, because of there's a lot of '90s nostalgia, and like I think especially in raw denim. People don't give the 90s like hip hop era enough credit for how much they pushed raw. They didn't push raw denim in the same way that
they didn't promote
like the fading and all that, but they wore a lot of it. They wore a lot of clean dark denim, and I thought that would have been really cool to like not only see if they would be willing to do some sort of, maybe I don't know if they licensed the brand or whatever, some sort of partnership. But then just really talk about the history of 90s style raw denim, especially to the kids now, because the kids now, they're really into this, 90s nostalgia, baggy jeans, all that stuff. Make that happen and, mix the raw denim with the culture, with the music and all that. I thought that would be a cool collaboration. Anyways, I don't know if it's ever going to happen. You can go bother Brandon in the Naked and Famous live stream about it, but I think it would be a cool one. Yeah.
It's just, my thing is that, like, if you use, like, a salvage denim or something like that, it's just, like, you need a lot of fabric to make those clothes.
Baggy jeans.
And it's going to get expensive because fabrics are expensive if you're using high-quality ones.
Yeah, maybe. But anyhow, I thought it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it'd be cool. No, there was something else I don't remember. Okay, the Catman says, woo. Oh, yeah. No, now I remember. The only thing about that is that I just remember in, like, junior high, like, the kids wearing Wu-Tang t-shirts were usually the ones, like,
Violent ones?
With me, yeah. They were a little rough. Until... No, I just remember, like, there, especially in, like, 7th grade, like, I don't know why, but they put, like, a lot of, like, the troublemaker kids in one class with, like, a lot of, like... I don't know, they just put them all in there. And I just remember, like, there was one class where they were just, especially picking on me. And I really stood up for myself in that class, like, I'm pretty much getting violent. And they're like, you know what? We're not going to mess with this kid anymore. This kid is going to fight back. And that was it. They never really messed with me after that. It was great. But boy, did they terrorize some other kids. I don't want to name names. My 7th grade classroom, boy, what a... it was rough. There were definitely some kids who got it real bad. I'm just remembering it. Like, they I don't know how violent or not violent schools are anymore, but I'm sure there's some amount of bullying still going on.
I'm sure it's less, though.
Maybe. I don't know. I have no clue. But if you have kids in that age, I don't know, maybe they have stories to share with you, but... Definitely, it got a little. There was a lot of fistfights in my school.
I bet the physical violence is lower, but emotional violence is higher.
Oh yeah, they got Instagram and all that. Yeah. They had social media to terrorize each other with. We didn't have that. Anyhow, just brought back up like Wu-Tang Clan. Dark memories. 36 chambers of death denim for Naked and Famous. Yeah, that would be the name of it. The 36-ounce chambers or something like that. But yeah, that'd be really cool. So anyhow, none. Baze had lived long enough to consider becoming the villain. I don't think I was ever the villain in that case. I just don't take my wallet, bro. We're gonna scrap over it. You're just not gonna do it. Enzo, violence was the answer. On that day, I chose violence. Okay. We've got Airdell from Cultism is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome to the Wonder Looper live stream. Come and hang out with all the cast and crew and friends and family out here. Okay. Wonder Looper J League collaboration. Maybe one day.
It's just so like
J League or like, Japanese baseball and
baseball seems more because J League is just so. I mean, so niche that nobody really cares.
Maybe.
Baseball because we have actually like major league level like superstars coming from Japan, so like maybe it's a little bit more interesting.
And I find a lot of foreigners do go to the baseball games here. Like enough of them. Like they might not be the hugest fan of like Japanese baseball. Like they don't know all the players or anything like that. But like they go to the games to like experience it.
Yeah, because I feel like the level of baseball games are relatively high compared to soccer games. I mean, so somewhere. I mean, I would imagine like most of North Americans don't even go to soccer games in their own countries.
Yeah, maybe. It's North Americans. We are not generally soccer people.
Yeah.
I default to the Hank Hill definition of soccer. I always will. You're going to have to Google that for yourselves, by the way. Sorry, soccer fans, but that's just the way we see things. Joy Rock says, I met some tourists Monday to see baseball in Osaka, and yes, I don't go to soccer games. See? There you go. Mm-hmm. We know. Okay. Pecco Inc. asks, can you guys talk about the cashmere cherry?
Yes. Let's talk about it.
Okay. This is big.
So,
wait. Hit the like button, everybody.
Yes. Let's start with
Let's start with a like rush. If you haven't hit the like button yet, hit the like button. Let everybody know that you're here for you're here for this, and we're gonna show off our latest creation, perhaps the most insane sweatshirt ever produced.
So, if you haven't seen it, we like impromptu did a Instagram story of Bezad putting on this 100% baby cashmere Tsuruyami French terry garment for the first time. So he's just really excited. I just wanted to capture the moment because when we opened the box, it was just like both of us. I was like,
whoa,
yeah. And then I was just like, okay, like let's just fresh woolness, like let's capture it. So it's on the Instagram story, but now we have it here.
Yeah.
The sample. A lot of the questions was like which fit it's gonna come in. So it's going to come. Bezad was wearing zip hoodie in the video, but so obviously it's gonna come in a zip hoodie.
I want to fold it so that you guys can really see like when you get this in the package, basically just how thick this boy is going to be, and like this is just a random fold, but like look at the size. This is a beefy boy. It's a very chunky boy, and this is 100% baby cashmere through and through, front and back, and it is just the billowiest, softest sweatshirt ever produced. It's absolutely insane. The softness is like no other. It's super soft on the outside. It's super soft on the inside. Sometimes you have that dry touch that you get on a sweatshirt, and then the inside, it feels like, especially on the Super Looper, you get that billowiness on the inside. It's a little bit more dry on the outside, but this one, it literally, to quote Aziz Ansari, it's like lotion. It's like swimming in lotion. It is so soft and silky. It is incredible. And so
it is 510 GSM.
Right. So how heavy is this the Super Looper? I don't remember off heart.
I think 4 something.
So even heavier than the Super Looper. It is certainly heavier than most typical heavyweight sweatshirts. It is a very heavyweight sweatshirt by Tsuruyami standards, and we basically just
446 is the Super Looper.
Yeah. Let me throw this guy
510 GSM is about 15 ounce. And you want to do the zip or you
I'll throw on the pullover.
Okay. And it is heavy. And let me reiterate, This is 100% baby cashmere. There's nothing else in here other than the cords. Cords are cotton, but
Oh, and it's got an incredible drape. Very, very soft. It's just incredibly cozy. And one thing, while we didn't use ribbing, they did include the side panels here so that we would have a similar sort of design, language to all of our other hoodies. And it is just soft. It feels heavy, beefy, but just incredibly soft. This is a size medium. Thought the GSM was the price. And was like, that's not too bad. Yeah. If only the GSM was the price.
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that our double heavyweight Foxfibre is up there in price.
Yeah.
This is not even comparison. It is 100% baby cashmere.
Yeah.
I said that 500 times, but it is.
Yeah. So the way baby cashmere is only harvested from the goats that are 3 to 12 months old. That's it. And they only get about 30 grams of cashmere per goat. And a typical goat, you're going to get around 200 grams. So just a fraction of that amount from a goat that is very, very young. And it produces the finest and just the finest fibers that you can get.
Yeah.
It is so rare. Like, it is a rare luxury. Really, you only see the top luxury, like the ones who are literally producing like genuine luxury using this material.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I talked about this before, but like making a French terry fabric and then creating like a cotton sew type garment from this is unfortunately even more expensive because it's wasteful.
Yeah. Usually what they'll do is they'll flatbed knit this and they'll knit exactly the garment.
Yeah, so like the sweaters that you see of 100% baby cashmere, like a pullover sweater or something like that, they tend to be less expensive. First of all, they're using less yarns, it's lighter.
Yeah.
But like, obviously when you hold this, like this is just really heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy sweatshirt. But on top of that, they, if we do this, we have to cut off of a piece. We can't garment make.
I'm going to do an unscientific weighing of the garment.
Okay. So it's just like it's a completely different thing from actually knitting a sweater using 100% baby cashmere yarns and making a sweatshirt, cotton sew garment in French terry, which requires 3 different layers of fabric basically, so the front side, back side, and then the middle. So it's actually a lot of baby cashmere being used here, and also kind of unfortunately going to cut and off. The offcuts are gonna have to occur. There's no way around that.
It's almost 900 grams.
Okay, that's almost 900 grams of baby cashmere fiber.
In a medium.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's also tsuriyami.
Right.
Which means that it's knit slowly and on century-old machines that can only knit 1 meter an hour.
Right.
And I don't know. We did not skimp on anything here.
No. We basically just said every possible spec, max it out to the extreme.
And the part, like when I put it on, the part that really made me feel really special was actually the rebs. Because the rebs is also baby cashmere.
Yeah.
People might not think about it, but like this is the main fabric with French terry, with the fluffy inside and the outside and the middle layer. But this also, we had to make to make to this spec. Like we had to special make it, and the rib being a baby cashmere is also so special. It's just it's so nice and it's
stretchy. Like even here it's like we could have just used cashmere. No.
Yeah, or cotton even.
Yeah. But no, we went all the way. Even the way that French terry is made, it's 3 yarns. And even the middle layer, which we could have used even just a regular cashmere.
Yeah, because you don't feel it.
Right.
You only feel well, mostly when you're wearing, you only feel the inside, but outside you also can touch it. But middle layer, you don't feel it. It's just the, we also, I don't know, just the sound of 100%.
Yeah, it had to be 100%.
Yeah.
And here's also another, I would say, frivolous point, but the hood is a 2-piece hood.
Yeah.
It is a 2-piece hood here. So it's extra thick.
This we actually, kind of thought about, and we could save a ton of money by single layering it. But, like you look at on the side, it's like single layer is not going to have this kind of
bulk.
Yeah. And I like the bulk. I think a lot of people like the bulk. So we just didn't skimp.
We didn't skimp. So this is it. Okay, so how these are going to work, we're basically going to drill down the price in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
It's going to be in the 2,000s. It's not going to hit 3,000, but it's going to be in that ballpark.
Yeah,
okay?
It's not going to hit $3,000 US.
Yeah. I'll just say around $2,500.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe
at the current exchange rate.
Yeah.
Because our pricing is all in
Japanese yen. So it will be a pre-order only. So we're going to collect orders. We're going to make a video. We're going to have photos. We're going to have everything. You'll be able to pre-order it on the website, just like we did with the Tokushima hand-dyed t-shirts. Pre-order it on the website. We're going to get all the production done, and then we should have it delivered for the fall. That's it.
Yeah. And just like an inside baseball kind of thing, we were just, having a meeting about this with our sewing factory, and the difficulty here is that, like, if we make, usually, like, when you make production, there's going to be like either excess fabric or extra units, or sometimes, like shortage or overage, right? So like, if we ordered, however many pieces you cannot always have the correct amount of fabric. And because fabric, it's not like you can order,
precisely.
Yeah. So in this case, though, if we over order the fabric, then the cost will be obviously higher, and if we cannot afford to do under, because we're going to be making to order. So the difficulty is that we have to go at least a little bit over.
Yeah.
And then how are we going to do that? Because that little bit over is like, in terms of pricing, it's just like, thousands of dollars.
Right. So hopefully, anyway, they'll let us hold some fabric.
Yeah.
And we'll use it on the next batch of these things.
Something. Yeah. We'll figure out something.
Right.
But it's just like every step of the way, this is such a special thing. It is kind of difficult to maneuver, but this is our first time. Hopefully, if this goes well and everybody's happy, then maybe we can do a bunch of different runs in the future.
Yeah. The Moore says, "Hey, high roller guys, you can wear that baby cashmere hoodie with your 40-ounce Naked Famous jeans." It's the complete opposite world.
Yeah.
That's the most. Brandon says it is guaranteed uncomfortable or your money back. Mm-hmm. I'm not guaranteeing anything because I'm not giving anybody their money back and say, "Oh no, well this wasn't the most boy is this going to be comfortable?"
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's so soft. Like, I cannot reiterate this. It is incredibly soft. You've worn cashmere sweaters before. This is another level.
Yes. just look at this.
Yeah, it is.
Look at this. It's so nice. And I just, like, I kind of want to keep touching it.
Yeah. Lynn says, any idea how one would wash it? That's part of our next...
Yes.
We are
I actually fabric washed a little piece.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go get it.
Okay.
See what happens.
And, like, we're like, torture testing it. So we hot washed, hot dried it to see what would happen. And so we're basically running all the tests. This is not... You're not going to treat this like you would treat, like, I would say, a typical sweatshirt. Just because it's heavy and thick, it is not... like the one you're gonna go, do construction with, right? You're not gonna maybe chop wood wearing this one. This is cozy day, airplane, just maximum comfort. This is, a nice, coming in from the cold on a winter's day and having a hot cup of cocoa by the fire. This is what this is for. This is for relaxing. Maybe not so much doing the hardest work that you have. Brenton says, can I get baby cashmere long johns for under my 40 ounce? Ooh, maybe one day. Maybe one day. Okay, Risa has the result. So this was...
Okay, sorry, I haven't...
well, you haven't measured it yet because you just pulled it out.
I haven't measured it yet, and the line has disappeared. So,
oh, okay.
Can't measure it, really. But I put it in the regular wash, and... regular wash meaning the entire cycle with the wash to the dryer. I would not recommend like putting this on the tumble dry just because like it is cashmere, and I would not ever put like even wool into dryer. But I just as torture test, this survived. Obviously, this is
it didn't shrink like crazy.
No, and I think the shrinkage is actually minimal. Yeah, because I remember it being 15. Like I drew a 15. Yeah, I couldn't actually get the shrinkage because my mark disappeared. My mark never disappeared.
Your mark washed off.
Yeah.
All
Anyways,
right.
I put it in like a what do you call it?
Permanent marker. Huh.
Anyways. It's okay to wash and even put it in a dryer. It survived. It's still very fluffy, and it didn't shrink like crazy. It feels very, very nice. However,
this is probably a hand wash type of deal.
You can probably machine gentle cycle it, with the wool like washing detergent kind of things, like the gentle cycle, and then probably lay flat to dry would be the best way. But it is not. You can wash it. I think our sign maybe would say hand wash, just because.
Yeah.
But
we'll anyhow, when we have the video and the product descriptions and everything like that, we'll have the full breakdown of that.
Yeah.
We'll have our recommended how you should, and we'll also let you know what we've done and what our results are, and then you can take that to the bank, because you're going to have to get a loan from the bank to pay for this one. That said, speaking of loans, we are trying to get a multi-pay system set up for the website. Now, it's a little annoying. So I think a lot of people have heard of Klarna before, because that's very popular. I know in the West, a lot of websites have that. And so you can basically sign up for their service, and then they'll allow you to buy something on like any website that they are associated with, and then you can do it in multiple payments, right? So you can do it in like 3 payments, 4 payments, something like that. I'm not exactly sure how it, like if there's a small fee or something with it. I don't know it all completely. We're looking into it because I recently discovered that they are available now in Japan. It's just that we've reached out to them, and like their reps are very slow to respond, which is weird, because in I remember working with those kinds of companies at Tete and Yoko, and like, boy, are they really fast to like get you signed up for their services. Anyhow, we're working on it, and I think for some people, not only for this product, but for some of the other products that we have coming out, it'll just make things a little bit easier. We've had a lot of requests for something like that, so hopefully we'll have it soon.
I'll keep you posted. I'm not holding my breath on that, but
yeah. Rin says, I think I die a little inside just knowing I'll be throwing in my 2.6K hoodie in with my Uniqlo socks. That's okay. You can get baby cashmere socks and, just live that kind of lifestyle. Mm-hmm. It's definitely a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle choice. I'm a baby cashmere guy. I'm gonna live a baby cashmere lifestyle.
It's hard to go back from baby cashmere to cotton, I guess. It's I hate to say, I'm a lover of cotton, but
totally different. This is totally different. Oh my god, people are gonna be touching you. What is that? Yeah.
And then you have to wash it more often, though.
With all the people touching it? Yeah.
You should make people wash their hands before they touch you.
Matthew says, Vazad Reset, for the love all that is holy. For the love that is, anyhow, for the love all that is holy, please tell me you'll both be rocking your own baby cashmere sweaters after putting together this absolutely wonderful garment.
I hope so too. Mm-hmm. I really hope so too.
I
cannot wait.
I'm very much looking forward to having one of these.
Well, you are wearing it right now.
I have two of them, but
in your size.
Oh my god! Yeah, they're amazing.
You know what's also really amazing? It's just you look normal.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna be holy, you're wearing something super fancy. No, nobody's gonna guess that.
As I've gotten older, I just remember many, many years ago when the term normcore came out, and I was like, I hate this word. Mm-hmm. I hate this word. What is this word? It's not a thing, right? But I've realized, no, it is a thing. And as I get older, the clothing I want is a little bit more. It's better made, but very normal. Very. I don't want to be too flashy. I want to just be comfortable and enjoy the clothing that I wear. And it's just my fit check right now is of course the baby cashmere sweater. Dark blue jeans, the Naked and Famous denim, dirty faded, for a while, just a regular Casio, and it's my Casio Titanium G-Shock from '96, Mr. MRG over here. It's not a Mr. G, MRG, but that's it. Just easy life, and. I don't want to stand out too much. I guess maybe this could be the next topic. We went to Yokosuka last week. Scott John's maybe there's some pieces that you might like that are a little stand out a little bit more. But my day to day is hoodie and jeans.
Somebody says this is the pinnacle of quiet luxury. It is the quietest of the luxurious.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is.
I don't think. Yeah, it's. I'm just trying to think. You see. There's flashy, and then I just think of I don't know. I'm just trying to think. It's I don't know. Maybe I lost my train of thought here.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm trying to think. I lost it.
Chill
dude luxury. That's it. Whisper luxury. It's LV and Gucci. I think it's the opposite, to be honest with you. Librarian silent luxury. There we go. It's that quiet. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just want to be an old guy who has a baby cashmere sweater and some nice leather loafer. One of my favorite shoes I'll show you.
It's just now that it's in our hands, I don't know. I kind of we need to make sweatpants at some point.
These Hender schemes, I don't want to put my shoes in your face too much, but a veg tan leather shoe, it's just nice. Veg tan leather Converse, they're just leather shoes. They're not screaming super rich or anything like that, but you know, there's something to them. Like if you're into leather and stuff, you get it. But the average person, you know, it's just a leather shoe, brown shoe. What's going on there? You know, that I like that kind of life.
Yeah.
Just have a few nice things and enjoy them.
I mean, you can't go back, so I mean,
no.
I don't know. So the fits are gonna be pullover hoodie, zip hoodie, and crew neck.
Yeah. Yeah, no sweatpants.
Yeah, but I'm regretting it. Yeah. But we don't know how it's gonna go. Sweatpants is always like the lowest, you know, seller. I mean, people definitely prefer tops and sweatshirts, sweat materials. Yeah. So I think we're just gonna go with those three first, and then we'll see what happens with the sweatpants later on.
Jeremy Sim says, "Would indigo dyeing the hoodie affect its softness?" I don't know how that would.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
Okay, you know what? If we have it next time I see Michael Wild Frontier, if we have a little piece, I'll go give it to him. I'll say dye that, and we'll see. Yeah. If you wanna go and make the craziest version of this sweater, it is possible that we can send that out to Michael and he can dye it.
Yeah. See what happens. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
But we would want to we'll test the fabric before we test an entire garment.
I was also thinking of maybe, I don't know if we should take embroidery on this.
Oh. Brenton says, I will send to Wild Frontier Goods. Okay, well then we'll definitely run a test. Yeah. Somebody says, it may not make the hoodie softer, but it'll make your wallet softer. Yeah, it'll lighten the load a little bit. Arif says, Hender scheme. It's Hender scheme or Hender skimme?
Schema.
Hender schema.
In Japanese, Ender schema.
Okay, so I've been saying it wrong.
But I don't know. It's like English people call, Hermes.
Hermes.
Sometimes,
Hermes.
or something like that.
I love when I hear Cartier. Yeah, Cartier. There's a lot of Cartier out there. I'm like,
yeah, but it's.
I know, I get it. It's
like IKEA,
yeah,
kind of things.
Yeah.
So
fine. I'm not ripping on you that much. Yeah. But Cartier, I find that's not so hard to pronounce.
Cartier, just hard to pronounce. I think it's about how most people read it.
Maybe. Yeah, Cardi B Cartier. I think that's correct.
IKEA isn't hard to pronounce.
Tomato, tomato. You know what I say to people? Tomato, potato. And they're like, huh, what? I say it all.
That's not the same.
I say it all the time.
Before it's like, that's not the same. It's like, well, duh.
I'm like, tomato, potato. You know what's the difference? And they're like, huh? Oh, it's just a dad joke. Dad-style dad jokes. You know, what else do I have to deliver? Pink baby cashmere. Baby pink cashmere long johns. You know what we need to do? Baby pink baby cashmere tracksuits. Call up Miss Paris Hilton and see if she would be interested in one. Anybody have her phone number? No. Okay. Badoom ching. Or when people pronounce Tokyo as Tokyo. Yeah, Tokyo. Tokyo. Tommy Dan says, I'm actually really glad these are pre-order and not in the fall-winter lineup. I already bought almost the whole lineup. That's right, guys, this fall. Mr. James Dant, he's got you covered. He's got you covered really, a lot of our retail partners, they really came out. Up. Yeah, they really stepped up this season. Like everybody, last season and before, everything everywhere sold out. Everything everywhere sold out. And we're a relatively new brand, and people, I would say that they weren't being too conservative with their buys or anything like that either. They were really, I think, based on how everything else in their store performs, and when they bring in hoodies or sweatshirts and t-shirts, like this is how much we buy, this is how much we sell, this sort of the expectation. But and it's turned out everything's sold out everywhere, and like now people are stepping it up a little bit more, and I think you're going to be able, like, if you miss out on stuff, I think next season you'll have less of an opportunity to miss out.
Yeah. It is, obviously it is nice for retailers to sell out of everything, but at the same time, selling out means that the rest of the time, like, you're not selling anything. So it's, it's a hard balance to hit for everybody, for us too.
Yeah.
But I think we're all kind of, I like that this season, like, everybody clearly kind of, just evaluated, like, our customers, our retail partners, they probably have just re-evaluated this, and it's like, okay, you know what? Like, it's nice to sell out, but we don't want to sell out.
Yeah, because especially like when you bring something in September, and then you sell out in September, and you're like, well, I have to make it to January, right? Like, you got a whole, like, you planned that product range to last for the next couple of months, and you're like, well, now I have all these months for people coming and asking for it, and I don't have anything. Mm-hmm. So anyhow. Next, we're also really trying to make sure that there's more availability. Yeah. This is all, like, everything that we've done has really been all based off of, like, our history in the industry. How much do our planning, our production based on, like, sales, our expectations, and everything has really gone beyond that. But maybe that's because our expectations were based on, like, I would say nobody makes product like we make, right? And so clearly we've unlocked something out there where people are like, I've never had this before, right? And so what our expectations were before were based off stuff that there's a lot of options in the market for, but what we make, I would say that there's no other options for, right? If you want a Foxfibre Suriyami T-shirt, we make it, right? You're not going to find that anywhere else.
Yeah.
Baby cashmere, super looper, like all this stuff is very specially made. Of course, we've got special customers who appreciate it. So,
And, like, another thing is that, like, we kind of base, like, our projection based off of, like, the tangible things, like, subscription numbers and follower counts and, back in stock app, like, signups and stuff like that. But it actually is, like, the engagement ratio, like, of those numbers. We have, like, what, 8,000 Instagram followers. Right. It's not much,
relatively speaking.
Yeah, like, we see brands that are way higher in those counts with way, lower engagements, lower, I don't know about their sales, but I mean, I would imagine. Yeah. So it's just, it's hard for us to kind of, get to the point where, like, this is the right amount of numbers, because we have to decide that, like, at least 6 months ahead of time.
But every season we get a little bit better, and we'll see where it goes. But I think we're getting better and better on the right track here.
Yeah.
Rin asks, what was the retailer that was supposed to get a shipment of ELST soon? Was it Standard and Strange? That's right. We just shipped Standard and Strange their spring deliveries. So
the double heavyweight T-shirts and the ELS.
Yeah. In ELS, they're getting white, ecru, and black. No heather gray. White, ecru, and black, and they're, like, it's decent quantities. So if you're looking for those, I know those are pretty much sold out across the board. They're going to have them soon. I don't have a release date yet. I told them to be very public about their release date, and then of course we'll share that with people, but you want to definitely follow them to make sure you don't miss out on that opportunity to grab some ELSTs again. And of course we have a lot of James Dant fans here in the chat. Arif says Dant is fantastic, what is up? Andrew Furusawa, shout out to Mr. James Dant. Michael Gerardo, nice Tommy, I'll definitely be grabbing some more Wonder Looper from you in the fall. James Dant's been a supporter since day one, of course. We love him very much. And then there was another one in here. I liked it. I want to read it. Maybe where's that comment? It was a good comment, but it was I can't find it anymore. Oh, Brenton. I told Gerhard Brenton said, I told Gerhard to pump up their rookie numbers. Gerhard's our great retail partner.
He was ever a rookie numbers kind of guy.
No, Gerhard.
But they also very much stepped up. Yeah. Thank you very much for probably for influencing some of his decisions.
Yeah, they're definitely holding it down for the T.O, Toronto, my hometown, and I think will come again in the fall, or maybe in the around Christmas time again last year. And
maybe.
We'll see what our schedule is like, but we hope to be back there again to do another meet and greet with everybody. Okay. Rin L says, cheers, I'm getting my ELS Ecru from Jean Store soon and plan to stock up on another one for the summer. Fantastic. Pizza Dough asks, what's your thoughts on pocket tees? Have you made them in the past? Would you in the future?
I'm not against pocket tees.
Yeah.
Especially like the fabric pocket tees, but I don't know. I don't know if we need it.
Yeah, it's I'm not opposed to them. I like them, in fact, but if we do, the way I approach things is, if we do it, we're got to do it in every color. And if we have to do it in every color, that just doubles the amount of SKUs that we have. And then it sort of maybe might split the amount of because, during every fabric production run, it's like, okay, we're going to make half in non-pocket tees, or how do you split it up? I think in terms of logistically, it sounds like a nightmare for me. I'm not opposed to it. If we did it, it would have to be fewer options. I'm not really sure. That it all boils down to, I'm not really sure if we will do it. Maybe one day we'll do it.
Or like,
I'm not in any rush to do it.
Yeah. And also that's kind of like in my head, that would be a fantastic option for like a store exclusive kind of things.
Like that could be something neat that way. Because like how we did the long sleeves was a store exclusive for cultism to start. Yeah. And then maybe we can introduce a few options later on.
Right.
But maybe we'll see. Maybe one of our retail partners wants to do some pocket tees. We could test it out that way, see how it goes. That might be the best way to introduce it, actually. So yeah, not against it. But we'll see. I'm sure at some point we'll have it. Pure Moreau says, asked Gerhard for a long sleeve tee. They will have theirs soon. Yeah. We have long sleeve tees. Long sleeve tees, Ultimate Pima, and Foxfibre t-shirts shipping to retail partners in April.
Yes,
in April.
In early April, we ship to the retail partners, or middle April, I don't know. And then the release time may or may not be in April.
Yeah, it might be end April, early May, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. So it's on the horizon. So next month we have, I think April will basically be the last release of the spring, summer season. Yeah. And then
after that, we may have to wait till early fall for some kind of
deliveries.
Restocks. Yeah.
So, and then hopefully in that time we figure out some sort of warehouse situation. It's the bane of our existence right now.
Yes.
It's really anyhow.
It's
I won't
really
I don't want to get too into it because it is a slightly not fun topic. Nomad Crow says Risa is wearing what looks like the Naked and Famous Army HBT chore coat from a few seasons ago. Yes. Good eye. Yeah.
Good
this
eye.
This is mine, ours. Yeah. Nothing's mine. It's all ours.
It's been, it's a kind of a nice, oversized short coat for me. So it's cool. And I'm also wearing, what's it called? The cashmere cotton, henley. Okay,
what do we have here? Is it a special guest today or just a delivery? We'll find out in just a moment. Sounds like a delivery. Okay, we get anything good? Hopefully. Maybe. What is it?
It's from friends.
Oh, it could be another sample. Is it?
I think it is.
Okay, Risa's gonna open a box. Oh, okay. A live unboxing, maybe. Okay. Reese's excited. There's something in there.
I'm excited.
Okay.
Iron Mordant double heavyweight.
Iron Mordant double heavyweight has arrived. The sample has arrived. You're seeing it live. I'm seeing it. You're seeing it when I'm seeing it. Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is handsome.
Wow.
This is a handsome
Handsome
color.
boy right here. It's fresh. This is a fresh delivery, everybody. There you go. This is the Iron Mordant double heavyweight Foxfibre sweatshirt. A very beastly boy in this all natural color. Look at that. Wow. Unboxing party. Everyone's excited for this one. Should have unboxed on camera.
I need a...
You need a hanger?
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, there's one here.
okay, Reese is gonna get a hanger. You know what? I kind of want to throw it on. Let me wear that. I want to wear that. I want to show that off. Hold on. Okay, I'm wearing some very nice sweaters today. I'm a lucky boy.
Very nice sweaters. Yeah, this is the color. I don't know if you get it on the camera so well, but it is a very, very handsome color. Compared, this one is the Fox 80 brown, and this one is with Iron Mordant in Fox 80. So, as you can see, it's so hard to see in camera. In real life, you actually see a lot more difference between the two, I think. But yeah, Iron Mordant makes the fabric a lot, with a hint of like black in there. So the brown become more like a chocolatey kind of color.
Ooh, this is nice. And it's thick.
The light
Yeah.
kind of makes it weird looking. But
That is a very masculine color right here. Very tough. Oh, I love it. It is very different. When you're wearing that super soft, cashmere sweater, you get into something that's like, this is a tank. Like I changed from like the softest sweater ever created to like just a armor.
yeah.
This is incredible. Perfect color with the jeans. Oh, not just that, but like, dude, look at my slippers. I got the shearling. I'm really into comfort dad mode. I'm telling you, like, I got the shearling home slippers from Yucatan. It is this is great. How does it feel? It's a beast. It's thick. It's tough.
Yeah.
Like you could just feel like this is a very substantial piece of clothing right here.
And the color.
And the color is
Again,
really
it's
nice.
just-
Yeah.
you cannot make this color with dye. It's
Yeah.
just, it's got a depth to it.
Right.
That, it's so different.
It's so handsome.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, this with jeans and this is, boots or fuzzy slippers. It's the way to go. We're really living now, guys. This has been quite the live stream.
Yes.
Yeah. Lynn, the fabric pops with layers almost like darker. The fabric pops with layers almost like darker layers. How thick is it? I mean, it's very thick. This is
825, I think.
Yeah, it's in the
something like that.
Yeah, so double the weight of a typical heavyweight sweatshirt, like double the weight of our Super Looper. Super Looper is a heavy sweatshirt. This is double that. And it is weight-wise, like a medium, like that cashmere sweater, the medium, what did I say? It was like 900 grams. This thing weighs 1.5 kilograms. Like it is a monster. It is very heavy. So yeah, the Iron Mordant looks purplish. I don't know if it looks purplish. It might be the
it's
lighting.
camera, or,
It's the white balance on the camera might not be getting it perfect, but it is very like chocolatey brown in real life. I just don't want to mess with like color settings on the camera right now. Yeah, we're working with natural lights and stuff. It's not the most ideal place for recording. We don't have a controlled environment here. That's the hope with the studio. We have a controlled environment where we can make videos and stuff like that, get some consistent lighting going on. But lighting is very important, very important. Matthew says, the Foxfibre double heavyweights are heavier than last season's.
No, it's the same.
It's the same, yeah. I want to pre-order the cashmere. When, says Swiss UK. Soon. In April, we'll have the pre-order open. So it'll be in April. Just stay tuned to the live stream, or social media, Instagram, our newsletter. We'll have all the information very soon. But we literally got the sample yesterday. So we got to, we got to make the photos, the video. We got to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
So give us a little bit of time, and then we'll have everything for you pretty soon. Brendan says, do the drawstrings get mordanted as well? No. Maybe not.
Well, yeah.
It's just, yeah. Well,
it's just that's gonna add so much. We're gonna have to have third party mordanted.
Yeah, it's
it's gonna be not worth it.
I don't know.
I hate to say that word, but yeah,
it's just another step. Okay, Edison says the color combo you're wearing now is just gorgeous. The brown, the green, the ecru. What a great looking couple. We try our best. Thank you very much. When is AJ says, when is the Foxfibre t-shirt launching and the Pima? Sorry if I missed that information. Either end April or early May. So in the next couple of weeks, we're going to have those back in stock.
And every chance I get, I would correct you. This is not an ultimate Pima t-shirts. It is an ultimate Pima t-shirts.
Yeah.
So Pima is a type of cotton.
Yeah.
Ultimate Pima is a Pima variety, but it is an organically grown in the USA, extra long staple fiber cotton version of the Pima Pima cotton. So don't mix that up. Ultimate Pima is not just we use the adjective ultimate.
We're not we're not saying this is the best Pima t-shirt. No, this is an ultimate Pima t-shirt. Yeah. It is a little confusing. I admit.
Yeah.
Brenta says, so the mordant is to the fabric and not the garment, right? I think in the sampling they did it to the yarn, but in production they might do it to the fiber.
Yeah.
Because they did it to the yarns because it was just easier when they had to make the sampling. But for production, I believe that they're going to do the mordant to the fiber itself and then spin.
The yarns.
Technically, the production fabric will be, I guess technically it'll be slightly different than this, but probably not visually different than this. What zipper is on the baby cashmere zip up? It's the Waldas two-way
we haven't really
metal
decided
zipper.
On the details. On the sample,
the pull might change.
Yeah. On the sample, the Waldas zipper we used here is the heather gray cotton tape. I like the cotton tape because it really just removes that a little bit of a shine that the polyester tape has, but it is only available in certain colors, and it's just it's not as sturdy. So we tend to use the
poly tape
for the
heavy
heavyweight stuff. But this one, because it's going to be handled by care and gentleness, I assume most people are not going to be ripping it open and stuff. So we use the cotton heather gray tape that kind of blends in very nicely with the fabric.
Yeah. Okay. Michael says, will the ultimate Pima restock be pre-shrunk as well, like the ELST?
No.
The ultimate Pima will not be.
Yeah, but
shrinkage on that is not particularly high.
Yeah.
But with the Foxfibre, we are going to pre-wash the next batch just to make them a little bit softer right off the bat.
And also just to get we realized that the previous batch had relatively high shrinkage. It wasn't out of the norm, but it was it would shrink. You can see that. So we just didn't want to we didn't want to deal with that. So
Yeah, just get it out of the way at this
yeah,
point.
so if you have bought, Foxfibre tea from us before, the previous batch, you might have, had seen the shrinkage, so you might expect that from the next batch, but the next batch will be pretty shrunk.
Yeah, but that said, the shrinkage does, like, I stretch mine out after wash, and I get my sizing back. So it does shrink a little bit more initially from the wash, but with the stretching the garment, I get my sizing back to where it is. So it's not like a permanent shrinkage. It just tends to shrink a little bit more in the wash than some of our other shirts. Like ELS doesn't because it's pre-washed. The double heavyweights don't shrink. It's very dense. So, yeah. Brenton, obligatory ask to the universe. Tricolor panel hoodie with dust, rust, and sage.
Not this fall.
Yeah.
Someday maybe we'll do something crazy like that.
The amazing Technicolor Dream hoodie. Yeah. Maybe. Go Punta Cana Real Estate. All right, go Punta Cana Real Estate. Everybody get your real estate from Go Punta Cana Real Estate. Wearing my ELS Ecru and Foxfibre Naked and Famous Ecru. Fantastic. I could use that Iron Mordant jacket to complete my look. Excited to order one soon. Well, fantastic. You've got a very dye-free wardrobe going on there. Excellent. There's no dye in any of that. Ecru ELS, Ecru Foxfibre, and this all dye-free. It's all
and
natural
bleach-free.
And bleach-free. It's colored by Mother Nature herself. That's right. Is there a Father Nature?
Never
thought of it. Is there a... Yeah. Right? There's a Mr. Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus, Mother Nature. You never hear about Father Nature.
No.
Is she just a single lady who can make it happen on her own?
But is Mother Nature the mother of all nature? Is that the idea?
I don't know.
Or Mother is the nature? Mother is the nature in Mother Nature, right?
There's Captain Planet. Wait a minute. It's Mother Nature and Captain Planet. Okay, you're right. Adam Brown's. That's it.
Captain Planet.
Yeah.
Okay,
Captain Planet. He's a hero. He's gonna take pollution down to.
So is he
0?
Is he the partner of Mother Nature?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. The power is yours. Everybody knows that.
He's just protecting his wife.
Yeah, his wife, Gaia. Mother Nature's name is
confused.
Gaia, I think.
Oh.
Okay. But yeah, no, it's... Oh, somebody says Father Time and Mother Nature. Wait, so is Mother Nature cheating on Captain Planet with Father Time?
What is Father Time?
He's in control of the time. There's a lot of things going on here. Matthew says, Captain Planet takes me back to my reading rainbow days. Oh yeah, butterfly in the sky. I can fly twice as high. That's right. It's in a book. Take a look. It's reading rainbow. I can do anything. Great show. I really enjoyed that show as a child. Matthew Monroe with the rainbow emoji. Fantastic. What a tangent. Yeah, Captain Planet takes me back. It does. Definitely takes me back. He went to the store to buy cigarettes and never came back. Some of us know that story a little too well. Nomad Crow, I want the Henley that Risa is wearing. Maybe not that one specifically, but one made like it. I love the contrasting horn buttons on white fabric.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is going to be available for fall in this ecru color.
Yes.
And also
Khaki
and sumi black.
Yeah.
But it is a 10% cashmere, 90% cotton, honeycomb material. It is so comfortable. It is like I've
Risa
just
lives in
been
this.
living
Yeah.
in this. Like
Yeah.
why like I just my hands just go there because it's so comfortable. And we're gonna change the buttons slightly, maybe
smaller.
a little bit smaller. We haven't really drilled down
Yep.
the details
We just
yet. but-
ordered some buttons the other day, actually.
yeah,
so,
to see like
yeah.
what looks best. So maybe you won't be able to get this exact, but it's gonna be available for fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brenton says, how many Henley varieties will I be buying? I need to do some math.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this one is again available in three
Three.
colors, and then we have the Henley in waffle, heavyweight waffle, that is of Foxfibre. So
Yeah.
Foxfibre, heavyweight waffle Henley will come in 3 different colors as well. So 6 variety of Henleys.
Yeah.
And in this Foxfibre range, they all have different prices because it's all
Based on the color.
Yeah, this one is like the lowest concentration of Foxfibre, Fox 15. So it's a little bit better priced than this one, which is Fox 70. It's 70% Foxfibre, so it's more expensive. And then on top of that, we did the Iron Mordant version of Fox 70, which adds more cost to it. So it's a 3 different price
Right.
point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Matthew says, don't kid yourself, Brenton. A collector never stops collecting. And Brenton's response, 6. Got it. Yeah. I know how it is. Speaking of collecting, the other day, a friend of ours was visiting Japan, and I didn't see her in a very, very long time. She's like, what are you up to these days, and this and that, like, what are your hobbies? And we're like, oh, we collect movies. And she's like DVDs, like with a weird face. I'm like, and we're both like, no, Blu-rays. And she's like, how many do you have? And we're like, I don't know. It's like almost at 1,800. And it's just like, it's a lot. And like, it's just, what do you do in your spare time? Well, we go vintage shopping and we go Blu-ray shopping. And it's like, when we go Blu-ray shopping, it's like, oh, how many Blu-rays did you get today? I don't know, 15, 20. Like, I remember the first time we met Stridewise. We hung out and went. I took him to like a flea market in Montreal, and like we were Blu-ray hunting there. And it was just like bags of Blu-rays. Like, how many did you buy that day? I don't know, 40. Like, it's just how we roll.
Yeah, we buy more than we can never watch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There is definitely just a lot of movies that have not been watched. But one day. That's how collectors' mentality is. Oh, one day. One day. Think says laser discs. The only reason I don't want to collect laser discs, but I like the packaging, right?
Yeah,
Because
I
I like the big artwork, but I don't have room in my life for laser discs.
Like I would imagine, like I like the same format for everything. Blu-ray is a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And almost all the movies, obviously not all yet, but I think eventually most of the movies that we want to collect will be available in Blu-ray, if not already. So I think that's just a good way to collect. Because Laserdisc movies are few and far in between.
Yeah, and I don't want to watch them. Right, quality-wise, they're just not where I want them to be. So yeah, I never. When I was a kid, I didn't have a Laserdisc player. That was only a fantasy. Like holy cow! Like look, it was just not in my my economic bracket, so to speak. But yeah, I appreciate them. Just not. It's like VHS tape collecting. Like there was a point where I was like, oh man, I really want them because I like the box art and everything, but VHS tapes take up so much space and I just don't have room for that. At one point we didn't purge our CD collection, but we got rid of all the jewel cases. And we bought like these slim little plastic cases for them, and it went from taking up an entire wall to taking up an entire box. So I do like the Blu-ray cases, and I don't even like mixing Blu-rays with DVDs because the DVDs stand up too much. DVDs are on a whole nother shelf. But yeah, sometimes it annoys me when the Blu-ray box is a little bit bigger. They make some weird shape. I don't want any of that. Just keep it the same size. Drives me nuts. Matthew says, LOL, 4K Blu-rays are next level. The next phase of collecting is burning the physical media and storing it on your own network storage. I'm building my own personal Netflix. We have a lot of 4Ks also. We also have a giant NAS where I haven't really gotten into ripping our movies yet.
But that would be actually ideal.
Yeah. The problem is like when you rip, we're getting into off-topic land a little bit, but when you rip a movie from your personal collection, because that's what you should always do, because it's stealing otherwise. When you rip your disc, you're usually ripping just like the movie file, but on the Blu-rays, I like the menus, I like the bonus features, I like the trailers, I like all that stuff. So the problem is like you can like ISO rip a disc, but there's not a lot of things that will play back in ISO.
I see.
So that's sort of the problem for me. It's like I don't mind having like the film on my NAS, but before I watch a movie, I like to go through the trailers after the movie. I like to watch the bonus features. Like I go through all those things. I like all that stuff. So it's kind of, I don't know how it's going to work out because you have this many movies. I don't think economically speaking and time speaking, like I don't think that there's a way to rip all this.
Right.
And storing all of it. So I'm not sure where it's all going to end up one day.
It's like these...
A lot of disc rot probably in 20 years.
But like, I don't mind watching, like taking down a disc and then watching a movie, like loading up and watching the movie. It's just like, like shows and stuff. Like that needs to be on the server because otherwise it's just like so
It's like
annoying.
4 episodes per disc and it just, it gets, you start flipping around discs a lot. Lynn says, I really like the bonus features. How can you replicate that? Yeah, it's, I wish, even when you get like a movie, sometimes you get a download code, and I feel like sometimes those download codes have like, on Apple, sometimes you get like a menu and you have some of the stuff, and sometimes you don't. So I think it all depends on the download. Anyhow. Jeremy Sim says, Zapidi or Zidu players handle ISO files. Yeah, I've seen those. I think one of those companies went under recently. I'm not sure. One or the other went down, and their serviceability, maybe upgradability, in terms of firmware and things like that, might not be as robust as before. Matthew says, disc rot is real. I use Make MKV. Yeah, disc rot is real. I've had a couple of discs, not Blu-rays, but DVDs that have ceased to work. But still, so far, few and far between. Some of my DVDs are like, over 20 plus years old. So as a format, I still think it's holding on. But it does annoy me. Sometimes I pull out an old TV show and the disc doesn't work. And it's like, I should have backed that up. But I didn't. What are you going to do? Brenton says, Blu-ray discs are going to be worth something when media companies decide that we don't own any of our digital purchases anymore. Yeah, I'm very... how can I say this? Some people feel like a certain way about, I don't own my digital purchases. I don't own anything anymore. Look, I have a lot of movies. I still subscribe to Netflix. Still subscribe to Spotify. There's a benefit to having your discs, but there's also a benefit to not having any of it. And the benefit to not having it is you never have to manage it. If you went through like your entire CD collection and ripped it as an MP3, and you're like, oh yeah, 192 kilohertz was great, and it's just like, nope, I need to have this all in lossless, and then so you have to go and re-rip your entire collection, manage it, make sure that each and every file was ripped properly, and there's no skipping or whatever in there, because CDs, half of them are scratched. You never know if you get a good rip or not. Naming all your files, associating the album art, it is it is a task. And maybe once you're done that task, it's one thing. But, you know, I just find that managing files in and of itself is a job, especially when you have a big collection. Certainly if you start small and you gradually did it, okay, maybe it's easier to manage that. But if you have a big collection and you never started, ooh, baby, is it going to be a real task to go through and like rip everything.
It just seems like, you know, any method of like owning media, like, you know, can fail. Yeah. You know, if somebody takes, you know, something that you purchased as a digital media off of, you know, whatever platform, you know, and they say you never actually owned it, then okay, that's a risk. But it's also like, you know, disc can break or get, you know,
damaged.
Yeah.
Or your NAS drives fail.
Yeah.
Like,
so anything can happen. If you really like something, maybe it's best to have it in multiple formats and, you know, multiple places. And
right. So
there is no certainty in life.
Yeah, there's no perfect answer, but I'm just saying, like, moving overseas with, like, you know, cartons and cartons of movies, like if you move house, like it's a whole thing, you know.
It is a whole thing. It costs time and space and actual money to maintain that too.
Yeah. But. So, hey, I love physical media, but I also greatly appreciate streaming and what it provides to people for the cost. It is, you know, what I pay for a movie, not every movie, but, you know, let me put it to this way. On one movie trip, I buy a handful of movies, and that's a year's worth of Netflix on one purchase. Or, and like, you know, some people are like, well, I have multiple streaming, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, do you know what it costs to maintain like a DVD or a Blu-ray or movie collection? It's like every time you go shopping, you know, you buy 3 or 4 or 5 discs. That's 1 year subscription to the one service. That's 1 year subscription to another service. You know, it actually isn't that expensive, like to maintain these services versus actually buying the discs. So I don't know. It's just my thoughts there. And like, I guess I haven't bought a lot of music CDs, you know, in a long time, and I just find the cost of Spotify to be, it is just one of the best values for money.
Spotify, I think, yes, but you know, with the like movies and TV shows streaming, it's hit or miss. Like, there's so many different things, and they constantly take things off of their library and whatnot. And, you know, I guess it's different if you buy from, like, you know, if you purchase a specific thing on the streaming service. But I don't know. It's just it's complicated now.
Yeah. Someone says, get a huge backup drive that'll withstand the nuclear wars. LOL. Yeah, I mean, I have a NAS. My brother-in-law has a NAS, and we actually want to, like, back each other's NASs up with each other. So, and in 2 separate locations. So if my house burns down, he's got all the files, and vice versa. So we can.
Well, if your house burns down, maybe
I have other problems to worry about. Yeah, I got way bigger problems. Don Chaka says, the sound of running my Xbox 360 for months on end, constantly spinning the CD we used to abuse when the production was in abundance. It wasn't until Netflix's latest price hike that I realized I was only getting 1080p on the standard plan. Yeah, you got to spend a little bit more money to get that 4K. Yeah, it's a little. I think it's a little pricey, a little bit. Because but I would, you know.
It's just all about, like.
I just equate it to, like, buying discs. Like, you know, if one disc could cost $20-$30 for one movie. Right, so it's like it costs one movie, so that's just the way I see that. Anyhow, a lot of fun chat. You know what else? Just as far as cost, video games. I don't know if you're like over 35, you remember like especially in Canada, like the cost of video games for like $99 for a Super Nintendo game, $109 for a Super Nintendo game, and like nowadays games are so cheap. And, like you go on Steam, there's games for like $12, $5.99. Like you wait for a sale, and it's like games are incredibly cheap. It's such a great time to buy digital games. Like they took away to be fair, I've had Steam for like I don't know a million years now. I don't think any of the games I've ever owned have been taken down, so I've never had an issue with that. Like I practically only buy Steam games now. Like physical games, I've kind of given up on that. Yeah. Also because like all of the physical games I bought in like recent years, you put it in and the first thing it says is like, okay, got to download an update, and that takes like an hour. I'm like, then what the heck is on this disc? Right? What did I buy this for? Right? What do I need this for? If the game isn't on this, then what am I paying for? Anyway, it's a little annoying. All right, rant over. Somebody, BD says, to embrace physical joy, I got an Oto sharpener for my Wonder Looper Oto pencil and picked up a Midoro 20% cotton pulp paper notebook to enjoy the slowing down. There you
Nice.
go. Physical lifestyle.
Yeah.
Somebody said, I'm Matthew. Okay, there's a lot of physical media discussion here. Joy Rock, file management is what I do. File management is what I want AI for. Metadata tag correct and identify all the album art and make X formats and then back up that NAS. That would be a dream, actually. If somebody figured that out, it could just, it could process all the files, like music files, figure out what song it is, title it, correct everything.
That sounds doable, though.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. I would pay at least 99 cents a month for that. Okay. Somebody said something about their pencil. They had an Oto pencil that might have been stolen out of their car. I think I read a comment like that.
Who would do that?
Yeah. Somebody said it. I don't know where it is, but somebody said it. And I don't know if I have any left, but if you place an order with us, ask for it. If this is just the stolen car guy.
Yeah, because we don't have, we might have kept some for ourselves, but we really don't have any more to give out. So just because you ask doesn't mean you always get it. But if you have a very special circumstance,
if yours got stolen out of a car, I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, but then now everybody's going to be like...
maybe. Okay, but that said, you know what? We can just preview the next thing that's coming.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? We did pencils last time. Now we've got another gift in the works. We just confirmed it. And we can preview this. This will be the last preview. We're going to full of previews today. Hit the like button if you like previews, because we are working on the next gift for our Wonder Looper audience, the next set of nifty gifties. Right now, if you've been ordering from us, there's been a lack of stickers, my friends. Sorry. We did pins last time. We've had stickers before. We've had pencils before. Now we've got pens. We've got a Wonder Looper pen.
We're upping the game also. This
is one of my favorite pens, in fact, and I just wanted everybody to have this pen because I love this pen so much. And this is it's just a Wonder Looper branded pen on this side, but this is a Craft Design Works pen. It is a plastic fountain pen made right here in Japan. It is one of my favorite pens. I own very, very many of these, and you can see it has a nice fine tip right here, and it writes like a dream. If you're a hand writer, you will enjoy this pen, I promise you. And this is going to be coming soon. So we just put our order in for these. I'm not exactly sure when they're going to arrive, but
in late April.
Late April. So maybe after that we'll have maybe with the release of the long sleeve T-shirts and stuff. Maybe.
For that, I think we want to control the I don't know. I just don't want people who don't necessarily want it keep getting the pens, or like multiple pens in one person, just because like we're upping the game of free stuff, and it's just like we don't want it to go to waste. Like I don't mind stickers, like most of the stickers are not going to be used, I know that, and that's fine, but things like this I just don't want to be like wasteful with this.
Right. Yeah, if you're not going to use a fountain pen, then maybe anyway, we'll find a way to distribute these to people who genuinely want them, and if you don't want tchotchkes, then you don't have to get a tchotchke. But this is by Craft Design Works here in Japan, and they make really high-end stationery. So they partner up with a lot of Japanese stationery companies, and then they do sort of their rendition of it, and this is theirs, and so this is a sort of a triple collaboration with Pentel, Craft Design Works, and Wonder Looper. So you can be reminded. But it is really a beautiful pen. It writes like a dream, and I hope you enjoy it if you decide that you want one of these. Craft Design Works pens are like 10 out of 10. That's a great collab. How did you do that? That's so cool, Lynn says. Guys, we just, we can get stuff done. That's all I can say. Brenton says, oh yeah, make sure to bag them. Yes, they will all be bagged. Yeah, they will be bagged. Don't worry about that. I don't think they're pretty tough plastic here, so I don't think that there's going to be any accidents. But it will come bagged just in case. If they write like how I imagine a samurai sword feels like, yes.
Exactly.
I think that's how they how they planned this. Actually, does it have a converter? I don't know what that is. A converter for what? But it is it is not a traditional fountain pen.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can see there. But it is a plastic fountain pen. Yeah, it's got some sort of fluff on there. Anyhow, So anyway, those are going to be coming soon, and you can see it's got a nice fine tip on there. And it does write quite smoothly. Yeah. Can it be refilled? Actually, it can be refilled. You can buy refills for this pen. You get the whatever this refill is. So it is available, and you can see the ink is in there. It is definitely refillable.
So craft design people have this like made by Pentel.
Yeah.
So like they are, I think, available in for in stationery stores too. It's pretty universal. So yeah, it's.
Just to show, this is my jar of stationery, jar of pens. But you can see like. I have so many of these pens. I've been using these for years. I love this pen. I have them in blue, red. The ones that we're going to have are black, but I have them in every color. Sometimes I break off the tip there by accident, but that doesn't matter. I have a lot of these. They make great stuff. I mean, this is another craft design pen that they made. I got one of those. This one's really cool. I got this many years ago, but they made this like beautiful mechanical pencil here. But if you go on their website, Craft Design Works, you can see all the different cool stuff that they make. I would say that one of the top stationery companies in Japan. I think a lot of people, if you're into stationery, you've probably heard of them before. They're very well respected across the board. They make some really nice stuff.
Yeah, and this model is called Tradio.
Tradio.
So I think if you look for a Tradio like refill ink, you could probably refill it.
Okay, the Moore says a converter allows the user to switch the mechanism from fountain pen to roller ball. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with I don't think so. Okay. Sorry. I think there's some debate here about that. It allows the user to draw ink from a jar to fill the cartridge. Yeah, there's no drawing ink with these ones. This is it is all built in. Yeah. Also, just wanted to mention another cool pen I found the other day. This is from Zebra. It's what's the model number? F301 Compact. I like compact pens. And this one's really cool because it converts to a full-size pen.
It's such a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know why more companies don't do this.
Great travel pen. So these are my travel pens. This is a Zebra. I also have this one from Koiko Sport. I like this one with the green. It's got the gold. Nice action there. Nice little fidgety action. And then I also have, this is turning into the stationary channel. There's also, maybe it's in my passport, but it's like the world's smallest pen. Is it in here? I can't even find it. It's so small.
It's so small.
Also, I got this prison pen from a special person. This one is what they use in jails in Canada, because you can't kill someone with this. So it's all plasticky and rubbery. If you could kill someone with this, they deserved it. That's how devoted you were. That's how badly they screwed up. Good pens and pencils are so dang satisfying, BD says. Yeah, maybe it's not. Hold on, I'm gonna check. I have my passport somewhere.
But yeah, so you guys all remember this, the Auto pencil, mechanical pencil with Wonder Looper logo on it.
Yeah, sorry.
And if you have this and you need a sharpener, you can get a sharpener. Like I think BD got it his, but yeah, you can sharpen just the lead of this.
Yeah. And then this is my most smallest compact pen. Look at the size of this. It is nothing. It's incredible. Look at that action, and then it has a little lever here. But it is tiny. It is basically just like, the size of like an ink refill. Just to compare it to like here's my Koiko Sport, which is a generally small pen, and then it is smaller than the diameter of the clip. Look at that. It's crazy. So this is a fun pen to have. It's actually not very convenient because it's hard to write with, but it is pretty small. There's also a matching pencil that they make, which I'm pretty sure I have it in here too. Oh yeah, it's right there. Yeah. So this is Oto made like the double heavyweight pencil to so to speak. They also make the mini version of it. So maybe one day we'll make this pencil for you guys. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then this is the pen version of it. So if you like stationaries, boy, do we like stationaries. And so when we make goodies for you, don't worry, we're going to make the best stationaries for you guys. Okay. Don Chaka says, in regards to making that pen lethal in jail, just coat it with toothpaste and dry multiple layers until it's hardened for a one-use application.
Interesting.
Okay,
Good to
there
know.
we go. Good to know. So if you do find yourself in prison and you have to defend yourself, only use it for defense. Okay?
Toothpaste, huh?
Try to make that prison toothpaste shiv thing with this.
Interesting.
Not actual advice. Sarcasm. Just throwing it out there. Devin Hurt says, you've seen Jaws. I've seen Jaws. What about a navy beach t-shirt sweater thing? I don't know. I've thought about it. I have stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Personally, I don't wear it that much. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't know if it wants to be a sweater or if it wants to be a t-shirt.
Yeah. I like the idea, and I definitely wanted to make it at some point. But considering, I don't know, it's just like... this is actually how I felt about sweat shorts a little bit, to a little degree. I think this is more of a, sweat t-shirt is more of another step up from sweat shorts also. It's just like, we use very premium materials, and I don't know if the amount of people who appreciate the material, and within that, like there's only this much people who appreciate the sweat t-shirts. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right. Okay, I have all my stationery out, so I just feel like showing off toys.
Okay, do it.
Want to see this is the coolest lead pencil mechanical pencil case I've ever seen from uni. Look at that. Look at the action on that.
It's like those cigarette cases that are so smooth.
It's all metal. It is so cool. And I remember we bought this, I forget the name of the stationery store. Sekaido. And they had this by the counter, and I'm just like, wow, I have to buy that. And I think it was really expensive.
Yeah, it was way more than we would have paid.
Yeah.
Well, we probably wouldn't have gotten it for the price if we knew what the price was.
Yeah.
But we were at the counter.
I was at the counter. I just threw it on the counter.
Like, what do you call it?
Impulse buy.
Purchase.
And so I bought it just on the spot. It might have been like, I don't know. It
was
wasn't
like
$20 or something like that.
Yeah.
But more than you might want to spend on something like this.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm happy that we bought it because it's so cool. But then I realized that they actually make sort of a cheaper version of it also. And it has a similar action. I mean, it has an action, but it's plastic. But so they do have two versions of this. But this is clearly the superior one. Yeah. Clearly the superior one. Yeah. I would fidget with that so much people would hate me at work. Oh, I can imagine just doing that all day.
Yeah.
Isn't it nice? Listen to that. ASMR scratch test, guys. Remember those? Okay, that's Bezad's stationery corner. I'll leave it there. There's a couple of things we'll save for next time, maybe. Came for the loops, stayed for the stationery show. You get everything with this show. You get previews, you get rants, you get it all. That's the beauty.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Unexpected.
You never know. But you know what I do know? It's snack time. And we have a very special snack time today.
I don't remember what snack times are anymore. What is it?
This is from Scotland.
Oh, yes. Oh.
We have a gift from a very special...
Is it in the fridge?
I think it's in the fridge. Yeah, we had a very special guest come and visit us all the way from Scotland, and they brought us some Scottish delights to enjoy for the live stream. I don't think it was specifically for the live stream, but I said we would enjoy it on the live stream. And it's a famous soda from Scotland that I believe they only have in Scotland, and it is called
Iron Brew.
Iron Brew.
I think we talked about this on the live stream. That's the only reason I know about this, but I've never actually enjoyed it.
Yeah.
This came all the way from Scotland, so it's got some like
some patina.
Yeah.
There's some wear and tear
like
there.
it.
Yeah. Ren L says, I knew it. LOL. So Iron Brew is a very famous soda from Scotland. I remember having it many years ago when we visited Scotland, but to be honest with you, I don't remember what the flavor profile is.
Yes, so I think you had it at a bar.
Yes.
Because you don't drink.
I don't drink.
And like people are like, oh, if we don't drink, if we're on soft drink, this is the one to get.
Yeah. And so we're going to have it. I have not seen that design before. There was something really nice. Brewed to the 1901 recipe. So maybe this is a different kind of Iron Brew. I'm not sure. And then the original, non-genuine, without the signature, a very special vintage, old and unimproved. I liked that. Old and unimproved.
Yes.
This is maybe
From 1901.
a special edition of the Iron Brew. I'm not sure. Some British shops carry it around here. Cheeky of them to claim Scotland, though. No, this is the Scottish pride. So let's open up some Iron Brew, everybody.
Nice.
Okay, fizzy. Is it going to be an orange soda? I don't know. Yes, it is. So, I don't know. What is this going to be? Orange flavor? I'm not sure. I have no idea.
Yeah. Nobody says anything about the flavor. It's just like, oh, you should just have it.
It smells like candy.
Yeah, but I don't know what candy.
Yeah. Okay, sparkling flavored soft drink. Ingredients: carbonated water, sugar, citric acid, flavorings, including a whole bunch of stuff I can't even pronounce.
But like what flavor?
Yeah.
Flavor of what?
But it might just be its own thing, like bubble gum. It might just be bubble gum. Okay, Sullivan says, oh my god, Iron Brew. Yeah, we got the Iron Brew. Representing Scotland. You know it. So cheers to you guys. Cheers to Scotland.
Yeah.
Let's have some Iron Brew. Let's see what this is all about.
What is this flavor?
Yeah. It's its own thing.
Okay.
I can taste a bit of floral in there, actually, in the aftertaste. Kind of tastes a little bit like lavender at the end. Do you taste that? Maybe it's just in my brain, but...
I don't know. It tastes like... I don't know if I'm tasting a little bit of orange because I'm looking at color orange, but it kind of tastes like an orange candy.
Oh, yeah, wow. We're both seeing very different things. I'm tasting floral notes. In fact, if this was a clear soda, I think it would sort of be one of these sort of high society, kind of tastes, a very complex taste. Maybe it's all in my head. But this is a completely unique flavor. There's nothing that tastes like this as far as the drink.
It is good, though.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's nice.
Yeah. It's not overly...
I think if it was clear, it would be, fancier. Yeah. I think that would be the way.
Yeah. But...
I like it. Cousin of Thrills. Yeah, it does remind me of Thrills gum. Where it's like, it tastes like soap.
Oh.
See, the Thrills gum... Yes, it still tastes like soap. It does have a flowery, perfumey taste to it. And I feel like that's what's going on here. I feel like there's a perfumey, flowery taste happening.
I can see that.
Yeah. Iron Brew Crystal.
But it's got this
Crystal Brew.
But it's got this like a little bit of like a tangy,
That's probably the
flavor.
Citric acid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aperol Spritz.
Like it's got that vibe too. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I can never actually. I'm not good at deciphering what
flavors are sometimes. Yeah. I like it. I'm down with it. The more says Beza and Arisa are brave to eat, drink mystery ingredients. This is not too mysterious, at least. The Catman says Iron Mordant and Iron Brew collab. It's happening right now, my friend. Look at it.
Yeah. There's a drink in Japan called takohai, and this drink also is an alcoholic drink, but they also say you can't really they don't say what flavor it is, and you can't really say it. To me, it tastes like Sprite ish kind of drink, but it's also like the drinks that you can't describe.
Yeah.
It is very interesting, and if they would describe it for us, we'll be like, oh yeah, that's the flavor.
Tastes like that,
but if it's not explained, people are more curious.
Yeah. I like that they don't say it on the can, lemon lime soda or something like that. It's interesting. It's its own thing. I think it's nice. You know what? If you guys have never tried Iron Brew, this is Bar's Iron Brew. Maybe there's a bunch of different varieties of Iron Brew.
This also tastes like ramen.
Like soda. Yeah.
Ramen also has a distinctive taste that is not explained.
Right.
Other than it being ramen.
Right. It's its own flavor.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, we're headed to Scotland in a few weeks, and I'm going to go down the Iron Brew, road and see how many different varieties of this
I bet they
there
have
are.
a sugar-free Iron Brew.
I wonder if they go like Dr. Pepper and stuff these days, like strawberry and cream Iron Brew, and that'd be kind of fun. Rin says, Risa is a denim sommelier, and not a soda sommelier.
No, I cannot be a soda sommelier.
No. But she is, in fact, a denim sommelier.
Certified.
Certified. Sullivan says, I read somewhere that Coca-Cola is the most sold drink everywhere in the world, apart from Scotland, where it's iron brew. LOL, no idea how true that
That's
is.
what I heard too.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the rumor.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. In Montreal, Pepsi is the better selling soda. That's what it said. That Pepsi is the better selling soda in Quebec over Coca-Cola, and the worst slur. No, it's just a stupid slur. But for some reason, and it makes no sense at all, a derogatory term for a Quebecer is to call them a Pepsi. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I think Coke's better than Pepsi, but I would never use Pepsi as a derogatory term for anybody. Pepsi's fine. Pepsi's great, in fact. But it is weird that people, they call them Pepsi May West, because May West is like a cake, a little cake.
Yeah.
It's like a Twinkie, like a confectionery box cake. And these Pepsis, they call them Pepsis or they call them May West. I'm like, what? Who cares? What a
Those are delicious things.
What a stupid. I don't think people do it like these days, but
yeah. To me, like, it sounds like calling them Quebecer is more of a slur than, like, as opposed to Quebecois.
Yeah.
Like, would be a more of an insult to them.
Or calling them a Canadian. Like, they're Quebecers. Like, they're very proud of that. And, anyhow, not to... Maybe I shouldn't have let air... Anyhow, sometimes, whatever. I'm not meaning it in a bad way. I'm just, saying it. And I think it's stupid. But...
It's all in the eye of, like the intention behind it.
Yeah. But yeah, weird.
Anyways, we digressed.
I digressed a little bit.
But I enjoy this.
Yeah,
I'm
Iron
not
Brew.
a soda person, but I appreciate it.
It's a 7.2 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
On the soda scale. I like it. Joy Rock says, true story. Don't call them Canadians. Yeah, they're anyway, it's the Quebec, Canada, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. If you're not, in fact, I think in Canada, unless you've like lived in Quebec, you might not even understand like the divide. But there is definitely a divide there. Yeah. So anyhow, I'm not going to get into it because we're not about dividing. We're about bringing together.
Mm-hmm. The love for good materials, good garments are universal.
That's it, and that's it. We just want to be nice to one another. Okay, be nice. That's my call to action.
Just be nice.
Just be nice to one another. Okay, don't just if you have something rude to say, keep it inside. Yell it out in the field. Get it out of your system. But just be nice to people. That's all. That's
all
it.
All right. That's
okay.
That's the ending.
Yeah.
To this.
This whole build up was just to that. Just to that. Okay. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us on a very special episode of the Wonder Looper live stream here on the Wonder Looper YouTube channel. We broadcast live at 7 p.m. Eastern every single Friday. We hope to see you guys back again next week. We'll have some more previews, reviews, rants. You name it, we're going to go there, and we'll see you again real soon. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't done so already, and we'll see you guys in the next time. Do something nice for yourself. Do something nice for somebody else. Just be nice to one another.
You have so much to say at the end.
I know.
It's just so much.
It's just my...
Have a nice weekend, everybody.
All right, there you go. Okay, bye, everyone.